Alright, guys, so today we're going to be reacting to the journey of Jesse Lee Peterson Savage Moments, part 6. Extremely funny guy. Let's see what he has to say today with this compilation. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're heading to 10,000 subscribers. With this, let's jump in.
Kids that were gang involved there, it was sad, it was tragic, but I could see it as a breakdown of the family unit. And where's the church in the African American community?
And so
where's the
as a
civil rights
result of
movement?
that, the government's taking care of them, right?
Well, no.
What? So if Bernie Sanders should
Bernie
become
Sanders.
president, he is a socialist, really way out there yonder. He's going to tax the rich and do all that.
We're not attacking
He's going
the
to be
rich.
taking care of the
We're
people.
not way left.
Wouldn't that be
We're not
socialism?
this. Listen, this is where things break down, Jesse. Is when we
Okay.
just start throwing labels around.
I am a socialist.
Who do you think prints
Come
money?
on, Peter, you're wasting time.
All right, let's go.
If you're relying on the government to house you, feed you, take care of your children, educate you, generation after generation after generation,
Look at the smile.
health care wise, everything, is free Obama phones, is that socialism?
Just
Just
No,
say yes
it's
or no.
not
Okay, he
socialism.
said no.
Amazing. Has Hillary ever accomplished anything?
I'm gonna look stupid. Don't. I'm sure she has. Now I'm gonna be on. Is this like one of those reality things?
What has Hillary ever accomplished?
Well, I guess not yet, not that I'm aware of. But as president, she can accomplish things.
She was Secretary of State, and she failed at that. What makes you think she'll be a better president?
She was Secretary of State.
You can't think of one thing that she accomplished.
I just named, being successful fighting off the Republicans.
When I think about it,
All right.
really the main thing that I like about her the most is just Bill Clinton back in the White House.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I don't know if that's
So
really
it's not
valid.
Hillary you like,
What? You want Bill Clinton to go back to the White House? All right.
it's Bill you like.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Has Hillary ever accomplished anything?
Yes.
What?
I'm sure many things. I think that she's kind of getting a bad rap on the
Look at
whole
that dog. Oh, my
Benghazi
God.
situation and her email leak.
Well, she lied to the public.
They all lie. I think it's just a lesser
Did she lie? That's the question.
of two evils.
So you're okay about her lying because everybody else lies.
No, I mean, no, it's not okay.
And I see all these kids standing out in front of the school with signs, perfect made signs that's been made up, now that I think about it, by liberals with money because those kids did not do those signs themselves. And they're all standing out there yelling and protesting and going against the NRA. So there are a bunch of kids standing in front of the school, and there are others down the road from the school on their way back toward the school. And so I hear this car go by them, that goes by them, and they were honking their horn in support of the children going against the Second Amendment. And so I'm like, wow, I forgot about this. So I slowed down my car, and I drove up to the school where the kids were standing, and I put my hand out, and I thumbs down, right? Honking my horn with thumbs down. No, and I yelled at the kids, go back to your classrooms. You have no idea what the Second Amendment is all about. You're dumb. And they just, surrounded my car. From the front, I was encircled by these kids.
He
right?
like conflicts.
And they're yelling and screaming. I heard one girl say, my life matters. I said, no, it doesn't, you dumb kid. And along the way, I made a lot of mistakes when I moved out here and got on my own, and just lots of crazy mistakes. But I was okay with it because I was growing up. I was dealing with life. I was learning the good and bad in other people. At one time, I smoked pot and all that stuff. But I was growing up. Nowadays, men are staying home even in their 50s. 45% of young adults in New Jersey between the ages of 18 to 34 now live with their parents.
Wow, that's crazy. That's a crazy statistic. 45%? Wow.
That's according to Psychology Today. Amazing. Black Power. I'm Skyping with Cynthia G. Cynthia,
Yes.
I get the impression that you are an angry, nasty woman. And all angry people feel like victims and they blame someone else for that. And if we don't deal, Cynthia, with what's happening in the home with these mothers destroying the souls of their children and then the race hustlers using
crazy.
them for their own personal gain, how would black people ever get better?
Well, first, I would like for you to ask why are white people committing so many crimes? And they have two-parent homes, they have wealth, they have opportunities, job opportunities, they have economics.
wrong, man.
They still commit the most crimes. So this is why I don't buy into your fatherless home narrative, because you have a community of
Wow, with all the evidence that we have, I think 70% of the prison inmates are raised by single moms. Oh my God.
white people who have fathers in their homes, and they're still being domestic terrorists, they're still being racial terrorists, they're still committing the most rapes and violent crimes.
Is this a
So
joke?
I would like to know, why are
like a
they doing
joke?
that when they have fathers in the home?
This sounds like a joke. Are you playing a trick on me right now?
But what we do know is that white people have these opportunities.
They're
They have the
obsessed with the Caucasian
education, they
race.
have the
My
wealth,
God.
they have the job opportunities, but they still commit more crime. So why is it that there's so much crime in the white community under white people's control despite their benefits and resources?
You're saying things that are not true.
So are you saying that the FBI data that says that white people commit the most crimes, are you saying that the FBI data is incorrect?
Yeah. Let me just put out there for the record,
They
there are
say, yeah. Like nothing.
more white folks in this country, and so you're gonna have more white people doing some things. But for the number of blacks,
Not
hold on,
necessarily
Cynthia, hold
when
on.
they're claiming
Turn
to
the
be
mic.
the
Turn the
paradigm.
mic. But for the number
They don't have the mic.
of black folks in
Thanks,
this country, disproportionately, they are committing more violent crimes and other issues in our country. So we need to
Turn
deal
off
with
their
that.
mic.
I'm talking to Cynthia. I'm going to have her back because we were supposed to have her at the top of the hour, but there were a problem with the Skype thing. So
Crime data says
we're going to have her back.
Turn off
What
their
a
mic.
dirty woman.
Turn off their
What
mic.
is a man?
That's crazy. Uh-oh.
Biologically, there are certain plumbing and chromosomes.
Right.
Beyond that, men are whoever they want to be.
What does that mean?
Oh my God,
Means
he's
if
one
a
of
man
these.
wants to be tender and compassionate, or if he wants to be ambitious, or he wants to be brave, a soldier, or something like that. Whatever men want to be.
Man, this is so controversial, but man, it just shows you that a lot of people, they're so afraid of being confronted just for a simple truth that they are willing to give it all.
Whatever feeds them internally, that's what a man
Eternal.
is.
So he decide what he wants to be?
Yeah, and certainly has a lot more options to make those decisions for
What the
himself.
hell you
Yeah.
say,
So
man?
is a tender and passionate man a man, or is that a girly man?
No, it's certainly a man. Yeah.
It's not a girly man?
Girly there becomes a
What?
derogatory term.
Would you agree with me that Barack Obama is and was a girly man when he was the president?
No, I thought he was rather strong.
He does not like Barack Obama.
And what was strong about him?
For one particular element, the resistance to strike back, the resistance to doing
Okay.
that shows a sort of strength and reserve.
All right.
Certainly he was much more tender than other presidents.
Tender, yeah, he was very tender.
And there's a chance when somebody is emotional that they're more connected with their fundamental humanity, which I think appeals to a much larger segment of the country than, say, in the 1930s or the 1960s.
And so are you a tender man?
I hope to be.
Are you tender?
I think I am, but a better judge of that would be the people who know me best,
Right.
my spouse, my daughter, my.
So does your wife think that you're a tender man?
I think she does. She's told me that, yes.
And she like that?
Yeah.
Women don't normally like tender men. They like masculinity. They like men who,
Oy.
like a Donald Trump.
Except for the women who complain about being sexually harassed and
bro, man.
are walked in on when when Donald Trump walks into the back room in the
Oh man, you sound like a CNN guy.
Miss USA pageant.
But tender people are not powerful people.
I think Jesus was tender, and I think Jesus was powerful.
No, he was not tender.
No,
he was
Jesus was
anything
not
but
tender.
tender.
He was a very strong man. He has empathy and sympathy. Not tender.
I
He
think
was
we have a
like-
different analysis of Jesus then.
He was like a Donald Trump, but he did it perfectly.
I don't think Donald Trump is even a sad attempt at imitating Jesus.
Donald Trump is strong. He's outspoken. He's honest. He get the job done in spite of oppositions that gets in
Yeah,
his
that's
way.
strength.
He doesn't mind speaking his mind. He call it as it is. If you attack, he's going to attack back. That's Jesus.
I'll agree he's
Come on, man.
he is forthright. He
Yeah.
does say what's on his mind.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Isn't that important? Isn't that important? Isn't that what you want? Truth. If you're thinking certain things, you want to say it. It's because you're thinking it. We should be willing to, basically, incentivize that behavior. You want people to be truthful. Why do you want people to be liars? I don't get it.
Well, it's different from many politicians who are trying to parse their
This
words
guy's a simp.
because saying the wrong thing
Yeah.
could have global consequences.
Those are tender men. And so are you both man and woman?
Now we're teasing out the difference between masculine and male.
Okay,
I'm
here we
male
go.
'cause
Here
of
we
my
go with the
plumbing,
wizardry.
Although
Here's
I
the
could be
wizardry.
lying about that, and you have no idea what my plumbing
Especially
is.
nowadays.
Right. But am I masculine? I try to be caring. I try to be responsible. I try to
Wizardry,
be
bro.
adult. I try to be engaged and enthusiastic and thoughtful and tender and sensitive and all of those things. And I think women are that way, as well as people who don't share a gender binary at all.
That's
He's
amazing
just
to me.
said, man.
Are you happy being that way?
Oh, yeah.
You're not, man.
My life is better. I support the feminist goal because it's the right thing to do. Women ought to be treated equally. Also, the benefits that come to me because women I care about get treated well. The benefits that come to me because friends who are women and colleagues get promoted too. The benefits that I get because my relationships, both with men, because I can be close with another man, I could walk hand in hand with him, and I'm feeling
Whoa. I think you're expressing too much over here.
incredibly close and good connection, but I'm not worried about somebody saying I'm gay.
I don't think you're gay, but you seem to be more woman than you are
Yeah.
man. Have you noticed that?
I disagree.
You give me weird
All
vibes,
of
bro.
your qualities are that of a woman. You don't have any manly qualities.
I
And
think
you don't even seem to know what they are.
I think
good
I've
point,
heard
Jesse.
what goes inside the man
Good point,
box
Jesse.
all my life. Tony Porter has talked through that. Oh my stars! I've heard what it is to be a man, and I've rejected a lot of those. When it comes to masculinity, this is Robert Jensen said. When it comes to masculinity, I'm more of an abolitionist than I am a reformer.
Amazing.
What?
That's a piece of what I'm expected to do.
No, were you feeling that way? That at the time when you're hanging out with your buddies, and you're like, man, I sure would like to do Sally Lou up. Wow, she's fine. Was that your desire to control women?
It's a piece that objectifies women and says, I want
No,
that,
but
not
will
as a
you-
person.
Right, but
I don't
will you
want, I'm not
feel that-
interested in that. I'm just interested in her and her physical form
Right.
because of what I'd like to do to her physical.
That is called attraction. That's something that we're built in. You can control certain impulses, but it's built on us. You should not be apologetic because of that.
form.
Right.
Yeah, I got that whole thing.
You were feeling like, at the time when you were having this conversation, you were thinking, wow, I would love to control that woman, or were you thinking, I would love to have sex with that woman?
In that place, those are so intimately connected, it would be hard to tease out.
Which one were you thinking?
Oh.
But when women are saying those same exact things about men in the locker room, are they saying they want to control men? And is that sexism?
The disempowered group, whatever that group is, always has strategies, tactics, methods to try and either preserve their lives, preserve their jobs, try and get ahead, kind of work within the situation.
Give me a yes or no. When women are having locker room talk about men, how they
Very
want to
good.
get with them and rock their world and do that,
Yes, he's very good
are
with
they
that.
saying they're
Yes, he's very good with questions as an interviewer. Very
trying
good.
to control? They want to control men.
I think
Yes or
this-
no? I'm black and I'm slow, so you have to give me a yes or no. So are they saying that they want to control men?
I don't think so, not in the same way.
Really? And is that
man.
sexism?
I don't think women can be sexist.
Is that sexism, yes or no?
No.
That is mind blowing. So when women do it, no problem. When men do it,
I didn't say it
it's
was wrong.
sexism. But
mean,
you're not calling.
I still
Why would you
think-
not be fair and balanced?
The difference in power in the social structures,
But
I
they're
think,
not- they're not
requires a
in power.
different language.
These are women who are in power. They're in the locker room, and they're saying the exact same thing that men say. And you say no, that's not sexism, or
That
the
is
desire
crazy,
to
man.
control
That's
men.
crazy.
I'm saying that the language that I use about women talking about men
Uh-huh.
and the language I use about men talking about women ought to reflect the different power relationships within a male supremacist society.
That is so insane. Your
That is
language
insane,
deceiving.
bro.
That is mind blowing to me. That's not honest language. Do you realize by going against men that you're going against your own nature?
Yeah.
You have decided, you know what, I don't like being a man. I don't like my nature. I'm going to go against it and fight with women who hate men.
Maybe he has a lot of guilt in himself. He's trying to make it okay. Maybe he was unfaithful to his wife and he couldn't just admit that he was wrong. So he was trying to ease up into being, this kind of nice guy.
Actually, I don't think that at all. I don't hate being a man.
But you're going against yourself.
I'm going against what a male supremacist society says
But
is
that
my
doesn't even exist.
self-interest.
There's no such thing as a male supremacist society. That's just said in order to control men.
In order to control men?
Yes.
Yeah.
How so?
You say male supremacist society, that's not positive.
No, I don't think it's positive.
And you made up something that doesn't exist.
It's true. It doesn't exist.
When only men can vote.
But
and
women can
cannot-
vote. They've been
Yeah,
able to
that's-
vote ever since.
Yes. Was it a male supremacist society once?
That's not now. It's never been a male supremacist society.
Never. How is it that it's a male supremacy when I have to go? I can vote, but I have to be drafted to go to war. That's the. You're saying that females should have just been drafted as well when they got the right to vote? Because that's what I thought, but it happens to be last year. I think it was last year, beginning of this year. No, I think it was last year. The Supreme Court decided that now females are going to be drafted. But back then they were not. How is that? It's just, man, let me just keep watching the video.
But there was a time when boys were boys and men were men. Men led the way. And women who love being women follow that way because they
It's
knew it was
easier.
the
They don't have to
right
think
way.
about those things.
And then you got these godless women who hate men. They're trying to change that order, and you're going with them.
I think feminists love men and want what is best for
No.
women.
Again, in short, what's wrong with the traditional gender roles?
I think that traditional gender roles constrain, they stymie, they restrict what
Bro, he's giving me some vibes, man. He's giving me some vibes, man.
any human being ought to
His
be allowed
wizard.
to do.
He's such a wizard.
Man, God is not going to be happy with you.
Apparently not.
You're rejecting
No.
God. You're
Yeah.
rejecting your own identity. He's not going to be, hold on. Yes, he's not happy. When women take off their female body parts, they go to the doctor cut them off, cut it off, and then you look over here, you get the parts of a male, and you attach them to the woman. That seem normal to you?
Transgender is
Aye, bro.
among the most
Bro.
complicated issues in a society that benefits men over every other understanding of gender.
Does it seem normal to you that you will have to, as a human being, you will have to cut off your physical parts and take on some other gender's parts?
And starts them.
I hope that everyone can
No, I didn't
behave-
ask what you hope. I'm asking, does that seem normal?
Yeah, and I'm going to still go with hope. I hope that everyone gets to behave the way they want to without social
But
sanction.
does it seem normal?
It's not common.
Do you like
Why you don't want to say it's normal? Yeah, it's not normal. That's it,
being
man.
a man?
Yes.
You do like being a man, but thinking like a woman.
I don't think I think like a woman. I think like a man.
No, you don't. I'm here to tell you, you don't.
I think what you're trying to say is I appear to be thinking in feminine ways.
No, you think like a woman.
I don't think so.
I want to be real clear.
Okay.
You think
Very clear.
like a woman.
It's funny. It's funny. He just told him the straight through, man. He's not. He just got all the information and he established this conclusion. Hey, man, you think like a woman. Hey, man, these are good though. These are very good. I love them. This guy gave me some weird, creepy vibes, man. He's not. Something's going on over here. Something is not well. Like he's okay being this weird energy, man. You look at that face. Look at. I don't know. I want to see it no more. Funny. It's interesting, and I like the fact that Jesse go and back and reframe the question without the question. If the question is not answered, he will keep pressing on it. And I think so we are used to just go to college and someone asks a question and we like to just over explain. It's a simple answer, right? Maybe because we want to appear that we are very complicated creatures. Because if we give a very simple answer, it will get us more. It's like if we answer very simplistic, we might be in more controversial areas. But if we answer with a lot of complication, it's like there's no way they can just tackle you. You know what I'm saying? It's like a politician. Man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm gonna really appreciate it. Let me know if you liked it or not, didn't like it, or he's crazy. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.